Carl Lawrence White. They used to call me the Tasmanian Devil. October 1950. I started on the island, Cornwall Island here. I went to St. Regis, and then from there I went to Peterborough. Well, we used to just play around in the yard. And somebody come up and said they needed one more on the team to go play somewhere, so I said, I'll go, I'll try it. And I started there and played ever since. I got 2 great-grandchildren now. The boy is more into hockey. Plays lacrosse a little bit. The girl, she likes both. Well, my son did for a couple of years in juniors, but he was more into hockey, so he was playing more hockey than he was lacrosse. And the hockey went into the end of April, and by that time they had their teams all picked out for lacrosse, so he didn't play much. Playing with the boys from here home for President's Cup, I had a lot more fun with them. Playing with my players I grew up with and knew my whole life here. That's the ones I had more fun with. I think we went to the President's Cup 4 or 5 times. And it was 70, I think it was from 77 to 81 or something like that. Right now, I don't see the fan support that we had when I was growing up. When I was growing up, we had a lot more fan support. Maybe we were a closer community back then, I don't know, but I know playing juniors, we had some of the games, and we played against Cornwall, and we'd pack the arena. We'd have 2,500, 3,000 people in the arena. Now you don't. If you get 300 in the arena for a game, it's a lot. Well, from Peterborough, like I said, there was John Davis, his brother Terry, Carm Collins, his brother Mike, Jimmy Wasson, like Travis Cook. He was good. John Grant, that would be John Grant Sr. Gordy Floyd. Well, not really. Of the players out front, he did. But we had a goaltender that had a harder shot than him. Oh yeah, Dave Jacobs. He used to come Chuggle. He had the hardest shot on the team. Oh yeah. The first year I didn't hardly play at all because they figured I was too small, too young. But I was up there to practice and learn the game with them. So my first year was mostly as a support. In a case of emergency, put him in. Well, junior I played for here, and that was interprovincial junior league. Played Ottawa, Montreal, Kahnawake, Cornwall, Morrisburg. After juniors, I went to Peterborough, played up there for 2 years. Now, half a year in Peterborough. The first year was half a year in Peterborough and then half in Brooklyn. Then the second year I played the whole season with Peterborough. That's when we won the Mann Cup. I've coached 2 seasons senior. I coached probably 4 or 5 years of minor. Now, grandson asked me to coach him 1 year because their coach that they had didn't show up. Yeah. So I went out and coached them 2 years I coached them. I coached 2 or 3 years of hockey. While when my young lad was coming up playing hockey, I coached him in hockey for, well, from 6 years old, 7 years old up till 14, 15 when he went to high school. Coaching was okay, other than you get the odd parent here and there that gets too rambunctious. You have to set them straight. But I had one boy coaching. He hadn't. He missed 2 practices in a row, and my thing was, if you miss practice, you don't play the game on the weekend. And he missed 2 practices in a row, so I let him dress, go through the whole thing in the dressing room just like that, go out and warm up. When he got to the bench, I told him, I says, you know, you missed 2 practices, and the rule is, you don't practice, you don't play. Yep. So I says, sit here and you watch, see how the rest of them play, and you can maybe pick up some pointers. So he was happy until his mother came along, started banging on the glass behind the bench and saying, if you're not playing off the bench, we're going home. He turned around and looked at her and he shook his head. He says, nope, we did wrong, we got to pay the price. So I said, right there. Yeah, I had a few of them that were hard-headed, but it's mostly, I found it was the parents telling them, don't listen to the coach, I'll tell you what to do. And that's the biggest problem with coaching minor sports. Oh yeah, I got kicked out a couple times. I got suspended because I heard, what the heck was his name? Baranowski. He was the head of the Quebec Lacrosse Federation. Okay. I think we were playing in Montreal at the time. And I was a coach. Team was in the dressing room cooling down, and I was standing in the hallway relaxing for a minute. And I was next to the referee's dressing room. And that Baranowski went in and told the referees, don't care what you do, but don't let them natives win, or them Indians win. You call all the penalties you can and make sure they lose. Didn't think I could hear it, but I did, and I lost it. So I went. Did he know you heard it? No, he did in a minute later, because I was in there with my finger on the end of his nose. And I got suspended, so. But who cares? I yelled at the referees, and I put my finger right on the end of Baranowski's nose, and I told him, you call this game right. Make sure it's called right, even. Well, I got suspended for 3 games, so it don't matter to me. They wouldn't even let me sit in the same side of the arena as the bench. Well, we won, so. No, I got suspended in juniors once. It was a slip of the stick, and I caught the guy on the end of the chin. I think that was the year I missed the finals. We came in second in the juniors in Canada. Got the silver medal, and I had to sit the bench. Well, I haven't been to too many games in the last couple of years, but it's the rule changes that they're making. It's driving a lot of these young kids nuts. They don't know how to adjust to all these rule changes all the time. And I think part of that is killing the game. For me, I like the game. Well, I love the game, but it got me out and see a lot of this country that I wouldn't have seen otherwise. I'd been too busy working or whatever. And it got me from the East Coast to the West Coast, Canada, and a lot of points in between. It showed me that there's a big world out there that we should get out as much as we can to see it.